Hey guys, we're going to do one tonight on Barnett power bands. Now, some of you know how to fit them, or most of you know how to fit them. Some of you are brand new to slingshots. Some of you are mature enough, just get into it and don't know the best way. We're going to look at a couple of different types. You have a Diablo S3 fitted with later power bands. Now, as you can see, the rubber has gone this horrible, nasty colour. If you come into the grips, you can see the rubber has started to perish. If you don't know, this is dangerous, because if you're coming up on target and you're pulling back to your eye, it can twang back and smack you in the face. If it goes on the front here, it can be quite dangerous. So this is a good candidate for changing for this demonstration. You can go back and fit lycra power bands like these, or latex. It's basically surgical latex. This is a brand new set of bands on my Diablo Pro. Now, as you can see now, you can see the rubber here. You can see the difference between the two. I'm bringing the camera, both in the camera. You can see them side by side. You can see where the rubber has perished on the one. There we are, all gnarled up, nasty and ready to break. And on this one, she's all lovely and fresh. This is the lower power rubber, the latex, with the old style noddies on you. I left this back, as you can see, so when you slide them on, you only take them up to the shoulder. On the later ones, I just try it. You can see the pull is a much stronger pull. This is new rubber, as opposed to the old rubber, which is actually fitted further down the forks, and this is really soft, no strength needed at all. This is ready to break. Just show you some of the other options, like on a Cobra, original Cobra. You can see here now where the sheath of the sleeve has gone all the way down. This gives you extra grip, it gives you a shorter stretch here, so it increases the strength in your pull. You can really get some decent power by changing your lengths. Now, until you get used to these bands in different settings, what I would strongly suggest, first of all, you go with the grey bands. These are a massive improvement over the original latex. But if you're just doing casual shooting, the latex is absolutely perfectly fine. I'll give you a link if you're in the UK for a guy who provides the latex, because Barnett don't provide the latex no more. This type is pretty much on par with TerraBand Silver. It probably comes from the same factory. They're all made in China. They're not made in America where Barnett is these days. You can get them for a little, that's £8. I can get the right way up for the camera because your camera's reversed. $7.99 UK for the bands. If you want to increase the poundage, you can go for the red bands. Now these are getting very, the Magnum bands, these are getting very rare and few and far between. But for everyday use, the latex is absolutely fine, and the silver bands probably getting more towards professional and hunting, and the red bands are definitely more for your professional hunters and marksmen. Speaking of power bands, by the time you see this, I'd already filmed yesterday the competition at Evervale, and that'll be going out later in the week for the competition. So we're going to come to the table now. I'll show you how to change the bands, the easiest way to do it, and the best ways to do it. All you need for removing the bands is quite simply a blade. I haven't got one handy, so I just grab one of my bolts, because they razor sharp edge, and all you need to do quite simply is cut down the shaft as you can open them up. A bit more pressure, I think. Okay, take a couple of slices through with a knife. I just found something. I'll bring the camera and show you now, because this is all that's been on here. This is probably the original power band. It's probably been on here the last 25 years. That's when this late S3 Diablo would have been made. So we cut it through the rubber. There we are. Bring the camera now. If you can see here now, the rubber has actually started to decompose and it's made itself glued, quite literally glued to the forks. So we've got to do a little bit more cutting on this to get them off. Okay guys, so we're going to go with the standard silver tubing. Could have used a natural one, an organic latex, surgical latex, but I prefer these ones. So just open it up here. Right, now when you open it, you will have inside these little plastic caps. Now these are good. If you've got the older style slingshot caps, these ones, these do break. These become very brittle and they break. I'm lucky with these ones, they haven't started to break yet, but these do break. If they do break, there's no problem, you can just replace it with these ones. To put them on, you need a little bit of lubrication. Don't use oil, don't use grease, it doesn't dry afterwards. Use something like washing up liquid or hair gel. Smear all over the end of the fork. Push the caps on. They will be tight going on because they're not meant to come off in a hurry. So you push these on, and that's when we go on to phase 2 then. Now, there is no right or wrong way of fitting your power bands. It all depends on your reach and your strength. If you're only a small guy, teenager, small woman, it's no good saying, oh, I'll just push them down over the forks, right way down over, so you've got less reach to come back. The less elasticity you've got, the harder it's going to be to pull back. So you might find you slide your bands all the way down. You've taken 4 inches, say, off the reach. No, not that. 2.5 inches off the reach. But when you pull back, it's going to be even harder to pull back. So I would say the best way of doing these is, first of all, you need to measure your pull. I just bring the camera up. And right when you pull, it's from, use this one. If your arm is fully extended to the corner of your eye, some do full butterfly, others just do the corner of your eye, some the nose, it's whatever's comfortable for you. Get your friend to measure your pull. So you grab it, pull it back, and I use my thumb under my eye to get my hook every time. So bring my thumb, I can feel it on the bone. And you get that and you lock, and you know your reach, and you can measure your reach, how far you've got to pull out. But if you're new, all you need to worry about is your same anchor point. You're not interested in power, consistency, and that's all you're interested in. Okay, so a little bit of lubrication on your nipples now. We all have a bit of lubrication on nipples once in a while. Get them started. A little daub of washing liquid in as well. These are fiddly, and they are a bugger to get started. But once they started, they go on. Now don't try and pull them off straight away because they will come off. As you see in there, you need them. See, look how easy they come off, and how awkward to go back on. I would recommend to about by there with this style of brace, nipple on the arms, on the forks. The reason being is, on the earlier ones, they had the race section on there, and that stopped the bands pulling back. Get on here, bugger. You are. They're on now. They are a bit filly. If you wish, you can tie some elastic around you to make it a bit more secure if you're feeling insecure. Use a bread tie off a loaf of bread, you know, the twisty wire. If you want it, or use a small elastic and tie them around. With that now, left to dry. Yeah, try and pull it back now, look, they slide back. So leave them to dry with your lubrication on them. Or you can just do as I said, do the alternative. If you're that desperate to get going, get a cable tie on them. Or something, just a knot around there. You could even use a cable tie off the fork as a sighting system to give you a nice sharp edge, something to aim against. Ideally, the best for the job is hair gel or hairspray, something like that, to spray over the forks, and while it's still wet, quickly get your rubbers on. They dry and they stick. Okay, so the main tips you're looking for when you're putting your rubbers, everything on: do not use a permanent lubricant like wax, oil, grease. If there's a permanent lubricant, your bands will never set, they'll just keep coming straight off. Use something that when it goes dry, goes tacky, like hairspray, hair gel, something like that, which isn't permanently dry. Wash up liquid, that's another good one. Don't use anything like the grease, or mainly on the power bands, because it will degenerate the rubber in the bands. Okay, so just to give you a quick look, this is a pair I put on in a week on my Cobra, Mark 1 Cobra, and as you can see now, they've set as a rock. They're not budging. So another tip as well, if you see the Magnum power bands, grab some, because they're becoming rare. I haven't seen any new stock in the UK for a year or so. I don't know whether it's because Barnett, the new owners of Barnett, are gearing up for the King Rat, which comes in autumn or the fall to you guys in America. But it will be interesting to see what power bands they're using on the new range of Barnett King Rat slingshots. Okay, thanks for watching. Please click like and subscribe, and it'll get the viewing up and get more people watching my channel, which I would greatly appreciate. Thank you guys. Thanks and bye bye.